Hello and welcome to another edition of Mailbag. What is Mailbag? Well, Mailbag is a feature of the channel where you guys leave lots of comments on the channel and I attempt to answer those comments, or if I can't answer those comments, I throw it out to you guys who have more knowledge on some of this stuff than I do. So let's get into the first mailbag of this session. Remember, like, comment, subscribe to the channel. Go over to Instagram and follow me there. Go over to Facebook, follow me there. That's where the normal notices are. And consider becoming a Patreon. Next comment or question comes from XP50 Player. And this is in response to old Fantom versus new overinflated synth values, a mailbag I did in March 2023. And XP50 Player writes, the new Fantom does have real-time recording, but it's limited to patterns up to 64 bars in length. It is possible to start recording in the middle of a pattern by defining a loop point, and to the Fantom's credit, it does have a piano roll editor, unlike the Kronos. The TR record button entry recording mode is also unique for this workstation. So, some more information on how the Fantom works. And while I agree with you, and for most songs 64 bars is probably not enough, but as you say, it's not really for real-time recording in the same way that you would sit down and record into a DAW. You're almost recording, I think, here in blocks of patterns and building songs up from blocks of patterns, as in like a verse and a chorus, etc., etc., rather than recording a straight roll into your recording media. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Next comment or question comes from Classic Arcade and Amusement Park Videos. In response to MX1 does work with Ableton Nautilus, no Fantom, yes. Actually, I think I read that wrong. I think it's Nautilus, no Fantom, yes. A mailbag I did in February 2023. And Classic Arcade writes, unless Korg has a further updated the Nautilus, which I'm unaware of, Korg has not properly addressed the cross-compatibility issues between the Kronos and the Nautilus. Yeah, I do find the whole ethos around this a bit on the bonkers side. What they did do is they came out with a utility that converts Kronos sound libraries from Kronos to Nautilus. It's not an ideal solution. It still leaves a lot to be desired. I saw a compatibility list and it was less than 50% compatible. A lot better Kronos sound collections remain completely incompatible with Nautilus. You are correct that gigging musicians should be very conscious about their Kronos failing. I read all the time, parts are unavailable, and I have friends who have given up on their Kronoses ever being fixed, as they've been waiting for the repair shop for more than 6 months. I find this scandalous. It's time to think, I think it's time for Kronos to announce the successor to Kronos and following Yamaha's footsteps by making the new model fully compatible with old ones while offering a number of new features. Yamaha has done this for more than 20 years and is now, and it's a relief for us gigging musicians that it's likely that whatever follows Montage and Mode EX stands a good chance that we won't have to reinvent the wheel and getting all our favourite sounds across from one platform to the new platform. Korg should make an announcement, abandon Nautilus, as we've expected them to do since its release, and offer a more attractive, lightweight, significant price reduced, plastic, fully compatible alternative to their flagship. And the longer Korg waits, the more people will turn to Yamaha or Roland. I love that Roland doesn't force us into Fantom or Fantom O, and offers most of of the software as an alternative. Korg should do the same and also offer a Kronos VST with a SysX import ability. No, your understanding is not incorrect. The conversion between Kronos and Nautilus is via a utility. You cannot load the Kronos sound banks directly. And I'm sure if I've got this wrong, somebody will chime in, but the last time I saw any comments on this, it was via a computer-based utility that had to do the conversion. And you can't take anything from Nautilus and put it back onto Kronos, because there was a big thing about when they launched the M1 sound libraries for Nautilus, which are not compatible with Kronos. Anyway, so as I say, my statements are kind of based on what others have said. We can only hope that Korg has been listening to the user base since the launch of Nautilus, and also compared how the competition are working in terms of the sort of the two platform compatibility thing that seems to be going on, and also the fact that they are starting to steal Korg's market. They are coming to the market looking at Kronos, saying we can do better than that, introducing new features that are now, because those platforms are in production, are tempting people who've got Kronos and are bought into the Korg platform away from Korg. It's a very painful process moving away from one platform to another, but people have got to the point where they're going, I need this to work. Therefore, I can't carry on like this, and therefore I'm going to have to buy into another manufacturer's platforms. In terms of parts, I agree. I said a little while back, I find it scandalous that parts are not being available. What I don't know, and what people fail to say when they mention this, is whether they're going to a Korg main dealer, or whether they're going, as in a main dealer and service tech, or whether they're going to a third-party service tech and he can't get the parts from Korg. I'd be really upset if a Korg service centre couldn't get the parts. But lots of, there is a shortage of universally of lots of different parts. The touchscreen is the one that comes to mind. Now, mine has never had an issue, and I do touch lots of wood about that. But I can see that being a real pain if that were to ever go. I'd probably be cannibalising a second-hand one, I suspect. And a lot of the boot issues seem to be relating to the fact that it's a computer and you're shoving it in the back of a van or in the back of a car and moving it between venues. Things move around inside the case, and a lot of these issues seem to be open the case up, reseat the hard drive, reseat the RAM, and things come back to life. But it still doesn't address the point that Korg has yet to announce how they are going to manage the next Kronos.